what's going on, everybody? Steve here. In today's video, I want to talk about SellerAmp, and I want to share with you the 9 features that I use in my Amazon business, which has helped me to sell about $700,000 worth of products over the last year. If you're new to this channel, I've been selling on Amazon for about 13 years. I started by going to thrift stores, flipping books, library sales, garage sales, flea markets. Nowadays, 98% of the items that I'm sourcing are via online arbitrage. I purchase a lot from eBay and I flip it on Amazon. I know not a lot of people are doing that, but I love it. I've been doing it for about 5 years. I've sold about 2.5 million in those 5 years for about 35,000 products. So yeah, I mean, I love it. The margins are insane. And I love just taking advantage of the FBA program. Just source all the items, analyze it with SellerAmp, ship it to FBA, bada bing, bada boom. The profits are coming soon. So in this video, I want to share the 9 features of SellerAmp that I'm using that I think you should be using, whether you're, maybe you're going out to thrift stores, or maybe you're going to like Target or Ross or Marshalls, TJ Maxx. Maybe you're doing Amazon to Amazon flips, or maybe you're doing eBay to Amazon like me. I want to share with you the features that you should kind of be looking at that have really helped me to make sure that I'm, being able to buy items quickly, analyzing it correctly, and making sure at the end of the day that I'm making good decisions in my business. Okay. So the first thing I want to talk about is the mobile app. Not a lot of people know this about SellerAmp. They think that SellerAmp is just a Chrome extension that runs over a sales page, but they also have a mobile app as well. And all the features that I'm going to share today within the Chrome extension, they're also available within the mobile app. And I really like how the mobile app is laid out. And, I'll talk more about that throughout this video, but it has a Keepa chart. You can take a look at the buy box analysis, all the sellers, your eligibility. You can calculate your profit. I mean, there's a lot, but everything that I'm going to share with you on the Chrome extension, because I'm on my computer right now, is on the mobile app. But I'm telling you guys right now, if you sign into your Amazon account, SellerAmp will integrate with Amazon so you can see what products you're restricted on. So that's really, really important to make sure that you're eligible. But also, I'll talk more about it in a couple of minutes about how you can sell more products with SellerAmp that you would normally be restricted on. So I'll talk about that in a second, but the mobile app's great. So when you get a subscription, the plan I have gives me up to 5 devices. I think I might be on the highest plan. I don't remember. So the beginner plan might only have 1 device. You'll have to double check that. But I like the plan that I have 5 devices because I have both of my virtual assistants who are in the Philippines. They use it. I use it when, obviously sourcing in the stores, which I don't do a ton of nowadays. And then I use it when I'm on my computer as well. Okay. So the mobile app is huge. It's incredible. It's fast. Highly recommend downloading it if you go ahead and get yourself a subscription to mobile app. Now, number 2, what I was talking about before, if you sign into your Amazon account, SellerAmp will integrate with it so you can see if you're eligible to sell items. But also a cool feature is there'll be like a little manual ungate button. So if you're restricted on a product, and this is a big mistake I made when I first got started, I would just ignore it. Oh, I can't sell it. I'm just ignoring it because I knew they were going to ask me for invoices. That's not true. Depending on how long you've been selling on Amazon, sometimes they will auto ungate you. So you'll see on SellerAmp, it's going to say manual ungate if you're restricted. And maybe we could put a screenshot or something on the page, but click that because more often than not, and the more you've been selling, the better your chances will be good. But more often than not, they'll just auto ungate you and let you sell the product. So SellerAmp makes that easy. If you're just using like the Amazon Seller app, it's a pain in the butt to see if you're gated, to go in, to manually ungate, blah, blah, blah. It's just long story short, SellerAmp makes this super duper easy. So make sure if it says manual ungate, don't just ignore it. Click it. You might get auto ungated and you might be able to sell that item, whereas most people just skip over it because they're not using SellerAmp. Now, the third feature that I think is really, really important if you're using SellerAmp, and you can add this into your settings so it'll work on the mobile app as well, but here I am in my screen right now. Make sure that you go into your settings. So I'm going to click into my settings right now. And if you go into your settings, you can scroll down under buying criteria and you could put in your minimum and maximum BSR. I just leave mine blank because I don't really look into BSR as much as like monthly sales and the Keepa chart. But I put in my minimum profit of $8 and my minimum ROI of 50%. So Once you do that, you can just go back into the listing, and essentially what it'll do is it'll help you to get an understanding of how much money you could pay for a product. So I actually found this product using the Replen Catcher tool. This is a tool that I've developed to be able to find items on eBay to flip on Amazon. You just put in like the category, your filters, the condition, and you can scroll down right here. And yeah, I found this item right here that I could buy for $30 and flip for $83.93. So I opened up the Amazon sales page, and SellerAmp will pop up over it because it's a Chrome extension. And I'm going to put in my buy price of $30, and I'm going to put in my selling price of $83.93, which is the buy box price. And you're going to see that the max cost that I can pay for this item is $38.63. So this is really great to put in what's your minimum ROI? What's the minimum profit you want to make? So when you're going out scanning, if it's in the red, so for example, say I paid $50 for this, look, it's going to go in the red because my max cost was $38.63. So if I can get it for anything less than that, it'll go green, and it'll also calculate my profit as well. So make sure you go into your settings and set up your minimums for your buying criteria. Now, tip number 4, this is really big for me because I obviously buy items on eBay and flip them on Amazon. I know some of you guys are probably not comfortable buying on eBay. You think for whatever reason, if you buy on eBay, you're going to get your account suspended, which is not true. I've sold over 35,000 products, and I'll put a screenshot as well. I have all zeros in terms of my account health, which is good. No IP complaints, no counterfeits, no issues. There's ways that you could fly under the radar, and I'll put another picture on the screen. You can look up this video. It's called How to Fly Under the Radar, Flipping Items from eBay to Amazon. But regardless, one thing that you can do as well is you can go into your settings of SellerAmp, and SellerAmp gives you like different options of where you want to place like all the information and different like information points. So like I have my quick info up here. I've got eBay up here, Seller Central. I've got my offers, my Keepa chart, but you can move this all around in your settings, and or you could remove things or add things. So I added the eBay button, which is really cool because it has a search eBay button and a sold on eBay button. So if I hit search on eBay, what it'll do is it'll reverse search that UPC, and I could look to see if there's any other opportunities, which is really great. Also, sold on eBay will do a reverse search of the UPC or EAN number and show you what it is sold for in the past. So look at this, 19 plus 5, $24, 26, 25, 24. Oh, I got to make sure it's new because I'm selling this item as new right here. But yeah, 25, 25. I'm just looking to see if anyone's ever bought it for good opportunities, and they certainly have. So this is an item that I would go into Replen Catcher and add this as a replen and track and monitor this 24/7 around the clock. Because as you can see with the Keepa chart, I mean, this thing's selling for 70, 80 bucks all day long. Okay. So make sure if you're buying items from eBay to flip on Amazon, maybe you're at a thrift store and you come across an item and you're like, hey, I wonder if I could get this item on eBay. Since you're already on the page, you already looked it up, hit the eBay button, see if there's any opportunities, and maybe you could find something to flip for a profit. All right, so let's jump into tip number 5 and tip number 6. I'm going to kind of mold them together because I've got them set up very close to one another. But whether you're using the SellerAmp mobile app or you're on the Chrome extension, you don't need a Keepa subscription. I know Keepa's like what, $20, $22 a month. You actually don't need Keepa. Now, there are some other benefits of having a paid Keepa subscription versus just using the free one inside of SellerAmp. But if you're not using Keepa alerts or Keepa product finder or storefront stalking and downloading, storefronts and uploading it to Replen Catcher, you don't really need it. You could save $22, which essentially makes SellerAmp free because SellerAmp's around $20 per month. As a matter of fact, if you use the coupon code RAKEIN in all caps down below, you could save 50% off your first month. But you could save that money because if you take a look here, there's a Keepa chart built in to SellerAmp, and it's not just a screenshot, right? It's actually dynamic. So you can take a look at the Keepa chart for 7 days, 30 days, 90 days, 180 days. You can look at the different countries. So maybe you're selling in Canada or the UK. You can do that. You can click into this. It'll actually open up a big fat Keepa chart as well if you want some more information. But this is really, really great. Other scanning tools, they just have like a screenshot or it's not dynamic or you have to like click into something to go look at it. I love how this is set up within the Chrome extension and also in the mobile app as well. And right below it is the buy box analysis tool, which is so important because when I'm analyzing a deal and I'm trying to figure out like, what can I actually sell this for? Like, for example, this DVD, I see the buy box is $83.93, but what can I actually sell it for? Because the buy box is just a snapshot in time, right? Have people won the buy box for that price in the past? What's Keepa showing me? So I can see right here with Keepa, There is a history of this selling for over 80, but very sparingly. It's really selling for more along the lines of like $70 to $75. And if I scroll down, I can see who's been winning the buy box, if it's rotating, and I can see at what percentage sellers have been winning the buy box and at what price. So Blake's Books is actually on the listing right now. They have 3 at $83.93, but I can see other sellers have been on it before that are not on it anymore, like Big Island Disc for $77.95. I can see Goodwill Retail Services were on it for 78. Express Edge, this is a FBA seller. They were on it for 71, 74. So even though you might be thinking to yourself, I could sell this for $83.93, which you might be able to because it's the buy box, it's good to look at the Keepa chart to get an idea of the pricing in the past, but also getting an idea of who has won the buy box. Is the buy box rotating? When's the last time they won it? And at what average price they were winning the buy box. So in this example right here, I probably wouldn't, even though I could buy this for 30, I would probably not say I could sell it for 83. I'd say maybe 74.99 just to be a bit conservative, which that then changes my max cost to the most I could pay if I sell it for 74.99 is 33.56. Okay. And also keep in mind, if you go into your settings, which I'll do right here, you can also add in miscellaneous expenses and like a prep fee and additional costs. For me, I put $2 in for a prep fee, and then I put $5 in for miscellaneous fees because I have a whole team that pretty much operates my whole business. So my overhead's a little bit higher. That'll take all of that out when you're actually calculating the profit as well and calculating your max cost. So I just think looking at the Keepa chart within SellerAmp, but especially the buy box analysis tool, the buy box rotation, and what they've been previously winning the buy box at, it's overlooked, it's underrated. And this is something that I always do before I analyze a deal with SellerAmp. All right, so let's talk about tip number 7, which a lot of you guys probably already know about, but I just want to run through this really quickly. It's the quick info here, okay? So when you're out scanning, items at the store, or, maybe you're on the Chrome extension because you're doing some eBay to Amazon flips or Amazon to Amazon or just traditional online arbitrage, make sure, number one, that you sign into your Amazon Seller Central account, because it's not a direct integration with SellerAmp, but it is integrated as long as you're signed in on the back end. So make sure you go into Amazon Seller Central, sign in, so you can actually see if you're able to sell the item. Because you can see right here, it says you might have issues with Seller Central. Please check alerts panel. And if you scroll all the way down, I have to sign in. So I forgot to sign in before I made this video. So make sure that you're always signed into your account, so SellerAmp can tell you if you're able to sell items and whatnot, okay? Also, SellerAmp will give you alerts in terms of like, is Amazon sharing the buy box if they're on the listing? Is this likely to be a private label? Which is something really important to be aware of, because if it's highly likely to be private label, that means there's probably only one seller on the listing always, which could be the brand, which if you sell items and the brand's on the listing, you can get hit with IP complaints, get your account suspended. So that's important. SellerAmp also warns you about the size. Maybe you don't want to sell anything oversized because of the fees, if it's multiple variations, and if the item's likely to give you an IP complaint. I don't use this a ton. I usually look at Keepa, but these are some great things to look at. Also here, you can see the bestseller rank and what percentage it is within the top seller rank. So this is within the top 1% of DVDs, 19 days with at least one sale. So 19 sales per month, my max cost. And also you could, again, which I'm sure all you guys know, you could put in the cost, you could put in your selling price, and it will break down your profit and your ROI. And again, if you go into your settings and you add in like any miscellaneous fees, prep fees, it's removing that off the top and calculating this. So it's giving you really, really accurate like net profit and ROI as long as you put that in there. So that's super important. And a couple more tips that I want to give you. This is tip 9, but I'm going to throw a couple things in here. Is number 1, make sure that you're buying products that aren't going to get returned all the time. One of the best things that I do, or I guess one of the things that I do that helps to eliminate returns, is making sure when I'm scanning items with the mobile app, or I'm looking it up, that I'm taking a look. You can see this on Amazon Seller Central as well, but I'm looking at the star rating and how many reviews there are. I really don't like to go less than 4 stars. And I don't like to go after items that only have a couple ratings, because they tend to get returned a lot. So you can see that here. If you're trying to like copy the ASIN or copy the UPC, you can do that right here as well. Also, which is really cool, you might not know this, if you're using the Be Cool repricer, there's a direct integration with Be Cool and SellerAmp. So essentially, after we purchase items, my team will push it through so you can actually export the listings into Be Cool, so you don't have to wait for the items to go live to then reprice them on the back end. So that's a really cool feature here if you have that. And also under Seller Central right here, if you ever want to see if you've sold the item before and you're on the sales page, so I'm on the sales page for this, I can click orders and it'll do a reverse search of the ASIN, and I'll be able to go into my Amazon Seller Central to see if I've sold it before and at what price. And also the inventory button will do the same thing, but it'll check that ASIN to see if I have any items already in stock, which that's important to keep your stock low, depending on how fast items are selling, to be able to improve your cash flow. So the biggest thing I would say is go through here and just play around a little bit. Take a look at the buy box analysis tool. Look at all the offers, how much stock they have. It actually will calculate the profit ROI based on that price as well. Just have some fun, play around. If you want to move SellerAmp around at all, you can click this little button down here at the bottom to move it all around, depending upon the position. I usually just like it right here. But SellerAmp, big shout out to you guys. I appreciate you guys. SellerAmp actually is a sponsor of this YouTube channel, and they're sponsoring today's video. But I'll tell you this, again, I've said this before in the past. SellerAmp, I think they're the only sponsor of the channel. Yeah, they're the only sponsor besides, Replay Catcher, but that's my own company, so I'm not getting paid anything. But SellerAmp's a sponsor, but they're not just a sponsor. They're a company that I really respect. I love the owners. I love the people who work for them, and the tool is fantastic. We use it every single day, 30, 40, 50 times a day when we're analyzing deals, probably hundreds of times per day. My virtual assistants use it because we're only buying about 20 products per day, but our average selling price is $100. So they're probably looking through hundreds of items to find those 20. We'll never buy an item without first analyzing it with SellerAmp. So I'm not just here, taking sponsorships for companies I don't use. I use them. I love them. They work fantastic. And if you want to try them out, I'll put a link down below. You could use the coupon code in all caps, RAKIN, to save 50%. And if you have any more questions, drop a comment down below. But with that being said, much love, happy sourcing. I appreciate every single one of you, and hope this helps you to go find some more deals and scale your Amazon business. All right, guys, bye-bye.